All right, welcome to the Be the One podcast. We have DeeDee Branham and Mitzi Gaynor here with us today. So thank you guys for being with us this morning. We're so glad y'all are here.
Thank you for having us.
So this is my first joint interview in our new studio, so I'm excited that you two get to break us in. All right, so let's start with y'all introduce yourselves. Tell us who you are and what you teach and how long you've been here at Brookstone. So y'all start.
I'm Mitzi Gaynor. This is my 12th year at Brookstone, and I currently am teaching ornithology and AP physics, but I've also taught chemistry, honors chemistry, regular physics, and research.
Okay.
And environmental science.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You did, didn't you? Hi, guys. I'm DeeDee Branham. I have been here since, I had to look it up this morning because I forgot, since 1998.
Wow.
I started at 4K.
Okay.
And then I went to the gym and I taught PE to all the different divisions.
Okay.
And then I came to the upper school and I taught biology. I started the marine biology program and the forensic science program. Also taught anatomy, I think, for 1 year in there.
I taught that too, yeah.
Yeah, you taught anatomy too, Mitzi.
Two years.
So taught a lot of different things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now y'all are living in the science world in the
Correct.
upper school and teaching some of, I would say, the most popular electives that we offer in the upper school.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, you betcha.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've even interviewed some students who have listed both of the classes that you guys, or several of the classes that both of you teach as being their favorite classes. So job well done.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
It's fun.
Okay. So do you have a favorite class of these that you teach?
Definitely the ornithology for me because
Yeah.
I'm a big birder anyway,
Yes.
so getting students to maybe enjoy it and appreciate it is a lot of fun.
Oh, without a doubt. And you're carrying on such a tradition, a Brookstone
Big
tradition.
shoes to try to fill there, so there's no comparison.
I know. But I think it is so unique to Brookstone teaching ornithology and the love that Sam Pate really did instill for birds for our students, and you're just carrying it on.
And I get to go birding with a lot of his former students.
That's
so
really
it's a
awesome.
lot of fun.
That's awesome. What about you?
Probably marine biology.
Mm-hmm.
Being from Central Florida, it was a passion of mine. And having been here and started it, I can't remember what year I started it. I think it was 2009 or 2010.
Okay.
And I just thought the Brookstone kids would like it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a cool class. I mean,
it is a cool
you got to
class.
know about the ocean.
I
You got
know.
to take care of it. It's kind of like birding.
Yeah.
Speaking of birding, I mean, Sam Pate introduced me to birding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not nearly the master birder that Mitzi Gaynor is, but you know, those are the opportunities we have here.
Right.
And then she takes the kids on that marine field trip. And so I got to go as a chaperone 1 year, and it was amazing how many birds we got to talk about.
Yeah.
And the kids were able to identify on the
and
marine
it's
trip.
cool.
So that was
awesome.
that
It's
was
a
very
cross
cool.
curriculum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
that's
cool.
awesome. So, do you teach those both semesters or are those one semester courses?
Both.
They're both semesters
both.
now. Yeah.
So you take them diving twice a year? Okay.
I finished up my last trip to Crystal River, Florida. I started that trip, I think 2010 was my first trip. I've done it twice a year. And then my last trip was this past January.
Oh, that's so fun.
So, yeah, I have the itinerary down to a science.
Yes,
And
she
I've been
does.
very fortunate. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So,
Anyway, okay, so tell me some of your favorite things about working with upper school students.
Well, I like the upper school students. I have taught middle school before, and I don't recommend that to anyone. But I just like the way that you're able to interact with older students, and they get my sense of humor, and the topic is just far more interesting to me to teach upper school level.
Yeah.
Just the maturity level is what I appreciate.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that.
and I taught, 4K, and I've taught lower school, and they're so sweet. The babies are so sweet. I
They
love
are
teaching
precious.
them. Taught the letter people, and then the PE aspect of the lower school, and taught middle school PE.
Okay.
I'm with Mitzi. No. But I love the upper school, and for the same reasons Mitzi mentioned. I mean, I just enjoy interacting with the kids, and you're trying to help them become who they're supposed to be, as a young adult. And you're trying to keep them on the path and just kind of let them know that, there's adults here that will support you.
Right.
And you just love to carry on conversations, and it's so cool. And I know Mitzi feels this same way because we've talked about it. It's so cool to get to see upper school kids just the light bulb turning on and finding their passion.
Right.
You know, I have several students now that are in college that are marine biology majors, and they're wanting to continue, you know, the conservation of the ocean. And I know Mitzi's taught several students that, you know, birding, they do that as their hobby now.
Right. Oh, yeah.
You know, and that's the coolest thing, don't you think?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing is getting to work with the upper school kids and just kind of helping them find their way.
Yeah. And then the upper school kids, they'll like text you or send you a photograph. It's like, look what I just saw. And it's just,
that's so fun.
I don't know, it's just fun.
I get text messages. I got one Saturday from an alumni. I mean, years ago. You know, hey, Miss Branham, I'm just thinking about you. You know, I'm a junior in college. You know, how's it going? And it's just so neat here to be able to keep in contact with the kids. And I get random pictures from the ocean.
Yeah, I get
like, what is this a picture of? I'm like, don't touch it.
Mine are usually, what's this bird? I'm up here in Athens, and what's this bird?
Yeah, and that's the neat
awesome.
thing. Yeah, that's the cool thing.
Yeah, and that leads in kind of to my next question, just about the relationships the faculty are able to have with our students. They don't end when they graduate. You know,
That's true. They don't.
They just really don't.
They don't, and you're there for them. And I mean, we get texts from our former students, you know, our alumni, and it may be like, Miss Branham, I thought I was signing up for marine biology at Georgia, but I'm in some oceanography class. I'm like, dude, drop it now. Go to drop an ad, drop it now. But it's just neat to kind of be a part of their lives still. You know, you're not at the forefront like you were here.
Right.
But you're still there, and it is like, it's like Mitzi said, you get to get these texts, and they're like seeing stuff that you've taught, or you get a text, appreciative text of like, oh my gosh, I got one from a young man a couple of years ago. It said, thank you so much for making me learn classification of all the animals.
How about that?
You know, this helped me so much in my animal bio class in college. So that makes a teacher feel good.
It does.
Yeah, I actually got a thank you note from one of your children, who shall remain nameless,
Oh.
about the second or third year when he was in college, thanking me so much for the physics class, that he understood physics and he was in the class right now, and whatever I taught him had helped him. So just sweet things like that you don't get in other places. They appreciate it. Maybe not right now, but in a couple of years.
They do later on.
Yes. They do. They realize it when they get somewhere, and they're like, the foundation that you've given them really does matter.
And they're appreciative of it.
So,
Same thing with forensics. Some of my forensic students are now going into criminal justice.
That's awesome.
Or they're going to be an attorney or something in that avenue, you know, and they're like, that class was so cool, you know, and you just want to help kids find themselves.
Right, right. Oh, my kids loved it. I can't remember if all of them took forensics, but they loved it.
I think at least two of them.
Yeah, at least two of them. So thank y'all for bringing those electives
they're
here.
just cool.
And it's kind of fun that you are able to teach things that you're passionate about, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what's so great about teaching in a private school, especially one like this, because I've taught in other private schools, and Brookstone is really open to new ideas and new classes.
That's awesome. So, yeah.
That's
And
definitely
we're probably the only school,
important.
I know for a fact we're the only school in this area at least that offers ornithology and marine biology.
Yeah, I know. Those are very unusual high school classes.
They are.
So,
And then we get to do cool things with the kids, you know, taking on trips or getting to go birding with them.
Yeah. That's and like I said, that you do hear alumni, even my age, still talk about the trips that they were able to take. We didn't have marine biology, but we, you know, had ornithology, and exactly, the impact these trips have. They last. So, all right. So grade chairs, y'all are both grade chairs for your grades. Tell me what that is and what that all involves.
Well, she's been one forever, but I've only been one for this class of 23. So this was my first experience, and I had been wanting to do it, and so it worked out. And it has been so enjoyable and gratifying because you get really close to the students, and you see them, a different side of them than you do in the classroom, and you learn to appreciate different things about them that you're not always able to see in the classroom. And just like you said a minute ago, you feel like you're making some kind of impact or influence on them, even if it's in a small way. Like just a minute ago, I had this girl come and say, which school should I go to? And she was throwing the two out, and I just listened to her, and for 10 minutes she went on without stopping, just to try to tell me. I could tell from what she was saying which one she really wanted.
Right.
She was trying to convince herself. But it's just conversations like that that are just so gratifying. And enjoyable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I really have loved the grade chair part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we started the grade chair program under Dr. Kennerly. I had to look it up.
To see
2012.
when.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was
So-
the year I started.
So
Not
that,
before.
so that was
Wow.
the year that I became the first grade chair.
Okay.
It was for the class of 2013.
Wow.
And then I think this is my fourth rotation being the
Wow.
grade chair. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'm the grade chair for the class of 2024
Mhm.
and previously was the 2020s,
Yeah.
the years of COVID.
You had a big year that senior year.
Oh gosh, yes.
That
was
And
rough.
then it used to be a little different. We didn't stay with them their senior year.
Right.
We passed them off to the college counselors.
Yes.
But so some of those years, this may be my fifth rotation. I
Wow.
can't remember. But it's really cool, though, to get to see him. Like our own Jeremy Mack.
Right.
I was his grade
What,
chair.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
for
that
sure,
is
for
so
sure.
fun.
Yeah.
And I taught him physics. It's
Yeah.
so weird
Oh,
seeing him
It's
up
so
there.
weird.
Oh
And,
my gosh, I
and most
love
of the
it.
kids, I mean, I shouldn't say kids, my goodness,
I
they're
know.
married and
I
have
know.
children now. Some of the girls, the ladies that teach in the lower school,
Yes.
I was their grade chair
Oh my
and I was also
gosh.
their teacher.
Yeah.
That is so
and
fun.
it's just so neat
Isn't
to
that
see him
crazy?
come back to
Yes,
Brookstone.
I know.
For sure.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it. I love, Meg working in admissions with
Yep.
Ann is another example. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's so fun to see our alumni
Yeah.
come
It
back.
is. I taught her and she also cheered for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
when I
so fun.
coached. Yeah.
Oh,
And being grade chair, you get to, I think it's very unique to our school, but you get to really feel like you're helping the students because you know them better than if you're just a homeroom advisor for one
Right.
year.
right.
So knowing them for 4 years, you know a little bit more about them. And
Yeah.
And you build those relationships
Right.
with the kids and the
Right.
parents.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like the point person. So the parents, if there's a question, particularly freshman year, you know, they'll email you and say, what does my son wear to the homecoming
Right.
dance? You know, and you're like, okay, blue blazer. Make sure his name's in it because he's probably
I
going to
know
leave
how
it
many
there.
are lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many are lost? But it's just things like that you kind of help the families get adjusted to.
Oh, it's a huge help to parents. I mean,
I
it's a
think
huge
I
help.
think
being
so
that-
as well, and it's just a
first point of
point
contact.
person that can
Mhm.
kind of be the contact for the kids.
Mhm. Especially if you're people coming in new that are just
Absolutely.
like everything's
Yeah.
overwhelming.
Yeah.
So it's a blessing to have y'all for sure.
And then pretty much ask us whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I love the change in y'all staying with them all 4 years. I think that's
Yeah.
a beneficial change.
Very
Seeing
much
them
so.
through that senior year is just because there's just a sweetness about the senior year, you
Oh,
know?
tell me
Yeah.
about
I
it.
know.
I mean, I'm about to cry
I know.
almost every day something happens because they're like your
know.
little kids, you know, at
Yeah.
this point after 4 years.
Yeah. And they begin to realize it too.
It's
Just,
changing.
you know, how
Yeah.
quickly this time is going and it just draws them in a little bit. And
They're ready for the next chapter of their
yeah.
lives, but then at the same time, I think they're a bit tentative
Yeah.
yes.
because it's going to be the unfamiliar.
right.
You know, it's going to be the
Right.
unknown that they're
Yes.
stepping into, and there's a lot
know.
of angst and
Mm-hmm.
There is.
And they've had all
anxiety.
this community and all this support.
Yeah.
And it is a weird thing to leave that, even though you know they leave prepared, but it's just there's a bittersweetness about it for sure.
Yeah.
So, and it's a really sweet senior class. Like I love these
I think
kids.
so too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It must be because of the great chair.
No, 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 no. No, I was given perfect angels.
Oh, so you guys, y'all touched on it a little bit. You, some of your favorite things about working here, but I haven't announced this, but y'all are leaving this year. Like you're retiring this year. And that is one reason I wanted to get you in here to interview you because we are going to miss y'all. I mean, like talking about getting teary, like you guys have had such an impact on our school. And so it will be our loss to see you go. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
sweet.
But it's true.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
true. So as you were wrapping up your time here, you know, what will you miss? What are some of the things that, it's going to be hard to see?
Well, I'll go
Gone.
first because she's been there
Yes.
way longer than I have. But, I mean, I've been teaching 37 years, so
Yeah.
I'm ready to leave on a
Yeah.
good note while I
Yes.
still enjoy it
Right.
and I'm still healthy.
Right.
It's the kids I'm going to miss. I mean, that's number one what I'm going to miss
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you learn so much from them about what's going on in the world and what's cool and what's not. And
Right.
that's definitely the interactions you have daily. I'm going to miss that. But then second thing is going to be my buds, my science
I love
buds.
that.
We're kind of a tight-knit little science
Yes.
group.
Yeah, we are.
Y'all have a
So-
really good group of science
Yes,
teachers.
so
we
I'm
do.
going to miss that
Miss seeing
interaction
them.
with them daily because we
Yeah.
eat lunch together and,
Yeah.
just talk in the hall.
We
So
go
that's
on
going-
dive trips
Going
together.
trips together.
Yeah.
We went to the Keys this
Went
fall
to the
break
Keys,
together.
the four of us.
Oh, how
So,
fun.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
my
fun.
gosh. I bet y'all did have fun.
Oh, yeah. Large time. Did some
That's-
birding, did some diving.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
snorkeling.
awesome.
But yeah, what are you going to miss there, DeeDee?
I think it's the kids.
Mhm.
It's got to be. It's
Mhm.
got to be the kids. It's got to be the fact that they keep you young.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in a little unique position because my class of 2024 are juniors.
Yes. Yes.
So I am working part-time next year only as the grade chair. So I'm
Okay.
giving up all of my student life
yes.
planning and activities and duties and all of that
Yes.
stuff. I'm giving all that up. I'm giving up teaching, of course.
Yes.
Um,
Oh, wow. Just,
So I'm just going to be the grade chair and I'll just work part-time,
mm-hmm.
and just help the kids get through because I'm like Mitzi, you don't want to miss their senior year.
Right.
You
right.
want to be with them and you want
Right.
to celebrate
See 'em
them and you
through.
want to kind of help them
Mhm.
get to where they think they need to be
Yeah.
and all
Yeah.
of that. But yeah, definitely the kids, and definitely your friendships you make, your
Mhm.
colleagues.
Mm-hmm.
The science department, we are a little clannish. It's because we're the ones that stink up the building
Right.
with dissections and we blow up stuff, and things like that.
Yeah.
And, we all have that same love of hands-on learning.
Right.
We all
yeah.
like to get our hands
Yeah.
dirty in the labs and
Mm-hmm.
let the kids experience everything or go outside and look at birds and
Right.
do all
right.
the cool stuff. And
Right.
that's the part you're going to miss.
Yeah.
But I'm like Mitzi. I've been doing this since 1984.
Yeah.
So I started out in public school.
Mm-hmm.
And then I came here in whatever year it was. I don't know. Long time. But you're kind of ready for that next chapter of your life. And I'm like Mitzi. I'm ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
I knew I'd be ready for it. And I knew it would just kind of feel right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So, and I want to do it before I'm young enough to enjoy it. I don't want to
Right.
wait until,
right.
I'm in my 70s and I can't go and do. I just go to doctor's appointments.
Right.
How depressing is that? I don't want to do that.
And she saw me getting so excited about leaving.
I did. I saw Mitzi.
She
and I
started
was like,
thinking harder about it.
I was like, perhaps I better ponder this a little bit closer. So yeah, I'm excited to spend some more time with my family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. for
And
sure.
do a lot of the things that I've put on hold.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Things around my home and things
Right.
like that I'm looking forward to doing.
Right.
Having
Well,
the time to do.
definitely deserve that. Both of you have for sure.
Thank you.
So, so just some fun things before we wrap up, because in case, and I'm sure your students already know these things, but just in case all of our listeners do not know, what are some fun facts about y'all? What are your favorite movies? What are your favorite books? Things like that.
Oh, my.
Mine
Oh,
are
my.
simple.
Simple. Go for it.
Mine are pretty simple. I love the Jack Ryan Netflix series.
Oh, I do
Totally.
too.
Yeah. International
Love it.
spy stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. International spy stuff. All the books, the Tom
Yes.
Clancy's, the Clive Cusslers.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Those are my favorite books, for sure. I enjoy all of that.
Oh, love it.
But I'm not so much into classics.
Yeah.
Sorry, English
I know.
department. Don't do that. But yeah, I like the action and the
Yes.
drama and the
Mhm.
suspense and the
Me too.
mysteries.
Yeah, me too.
Anything with Ryan Reynolds. And
This is her heartthrob.
I'm a huge Marvel fan. So
Oh, yes.
I love the Marvel
Oh,
movies.
yes. My family as well. All
yeah.
of them. Mhm.
And I've been watching a lot of black and white old movies lately.
Oh,
I don't know why.
fun.
I know why, because I don't get cable TV anymore. But so that's been a lot of fun.
Oh,
I
that's
love to
fun.
read. I read anything. So
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite.
Yeah.
But I do like novels and fiction
Yes.
more so than
Mm-hmm. The nonfiction.
biographies and such. So.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. What about favorite restaurants? If you had to pick somewhere to go for dinner.
Well, Mexican's always number one in
Yes.
my book. But then I really like Mark City Grill.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Just,
yeah. I do
You know,
too.
get a
Mhm.
hamburger steak with
Mhm.
some gravy.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite restaurant, Il Cortillo on Mulberry Street in New York.
I was about to say,
Little
I'm not
Italy.
familiar
No,
with any of
you're
that.
not.
Yes. Okay.
Little Italy in New York. Yeah.
There you go.
It's fabulous. It's the best. If you're ever
Put
in
it
New
on
York,
the list.
you have to go to Little
yes.
Italy and you have to go to Il Cortillo. It is on the famous Mulberry Street from back in the day.
Okay.
It's also there with all of the the bakeries,
Oh,
Italian
yeah.
bakeries.
Oh,
Oh, gosh, yes. Ferrara's and all
I
these
mean-
famous bakeries. Yeah, best food I've ever eaten in my life.
That is awesome.
Either that or some kind of a dive place in the Keys that just serves like, that's on the water that serves
Yes.
fresh seafood.
Yes.
Oh, and
yes.
key lime pie. And
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
key
the
lime
key
pie.
lime pie expert. Yeah, I'm quite the expert on key lime
she ate
pie.
at every single restaurant we went to.
That's
Every
one of my
single
favorite
restaurant.
desserts.
Yes, I'm quite the connoisseur of key lime pie. I can tell fake from real.
That is so funny.
So, yeah.
Well, so along the travel lines, if y'all could pick anywhere in the world today that you wanted to go, where would it be?
New Zealand's probably number one on my list.
Ooh, yeah. Never been there.
Yeah, mine's going to be over in that region. of
Have
the
y'all been
world.
there before or want to go back?
Wanna go there.
No.
I've
Yeah.
never been. I just want to do some diving.
Yeah. No
And like
kidding.
Fiji, I want to go over to the Indo-West Pacific region.
Mm-hmm.
So Australia, New Zealand, and do some diving.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
the prettiest stuff
That would be
over
fun.
there.
Really fun.
Yeah,
That'd
I've
be
got
really
3
fun.
trips planned, but none of them are in
Do
New
you
Zealand.
really?
Where's your first trip you're going?
I'm supposed to go to Iceland in August.
Oh,
fun.
And then
That is so fun.
Southern Cal to look at condors
oh, fun.
in
Birds.
January, and then Hawaii next summer. So
Oh, my
those are the
word.
3.
You've got some good ones lined up.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So that's
Well,
part of what I
y'all-
want to do when I retire.
yeah, exactly. Travel. Well, like I said, nobody deserves it more as far as what you guys have poured into this school. You deserve all the rest and fun and enjoyment that y'all can possibly
Thank you.
Thank you.
possibly
Had
enjoy.
a great
But
career.
oh,
It's been
It's
awesome.
just-
Yeah, it has. I mean, everybody says, do you know when you're going to retire? And I'm like, oh, no, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But you kind of know. It's
You
just like
just-
when
yeah.
I gave up coaching.
mm-hmm,
32 years of coaching,
mm-hmm,
all different sports. And
Right.
then I was just like, okay, I'm done.
mm-hmm,
You walk away and you miss
Yeah.
those relationships with the kids from
Yeah.
coaching. I know Mitzi's coached as well, but
Yeah.
you've coached all these different athletes. You've seen them rise to the occasion. It's just like in the classroom.
mm-hmm.
You build those relationships. It's all about relationships.
Yeah, it really
And
is.
you know when you're done.
Yeah.
And you want to move on
Yeah,
and do a next chapter of your life, kind of like the seniors.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mitzi's seniors
know.
are going to do the next chapter. So we're going to do the next chapter.
You are. You
That's right.
are.
And we're going to
Well,
be excited.
Like I said, I cannot thank y'all for what y'all have done, not only personally for my children, but for all of our children collectively. And I have interviewed students that have mentioned both of you by names and the impact that you have had on them.
That's so sweet.
So you will be missed.
Thank
so
Thank
so
you.
thank y'all for coming in and
Absolutely.
for
doing
having
this
us.
little
Thanks for
interview.
having us.
And so, maybe y'all can come back and tell us all about the trips you get to take.
Oh, yeah. That'd
So,
be fun. Let's do that.
That'd be great. Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.